The Seven Kingdoms needs a ruler loved by millions with a powerful army and the right family name.
Good luck finding him.
Who said anything about him?
I'm not going to stop the wheel. I'm going to break the wheel.
The Prime Minister hits back at the opposition over Bamzy. Why some unemployed Bahamians oppose NHI tax. Plus, still no headline for former months ahead of Junkanoo Carnival. We've got those stories and a whole lot more tonight. I'm Juanique Toot and NB12 starts now. Topping news tonight, Prime Minister Perry Christie addressing the controversy over that lapsed insurance policy on the Bamzy male dormitory that was severely damaged by fire in January. Opposition leader Dr. Minnis has charged that government was negligent in ensuring the dorm was properly insured. Well, Christie fired back today. Dana Smith tells us more.
The Prime Minister said the leader of the opposition has a right to make such observations. He added the whole insurance matter is still under investigation before government decides how exactly to respond to it.
The leader of the opposition has the right to make such an observation. Ordinarily, in terms of contracts, there's a requirement on the part of the contractor and the person awarding the contract for full compliance. And so that is a matter that is subject to further investigation and determination as to how we will respond to it. But whether people pay national insurance, whether they have their insurance policies in place, all of that is a part of ensuring full compliance with the terms of the contract. So I don't have a problem with the leader of the opposition making that point.
The Deputy Prime Minister said in Parliament last week the contractor for the dormitory that was set on fire in January failed to pay the annual premium and consequently the insurance expired. This past Sunday, during a visit to the site, Minnis explained government is partly to blame for that lapse, as it should have stayed on top of things and been aware of the insurance status. He accused government of negligence. Christie explained today, although he doesn't have a problem with Minnis's remarks, it's sad the F&M leader sometimes overlooks the goodness of the project.
The sad thing about the leader of the opposition for me is that he confuses political commentary on a tax with the goodness of the project, and that he's found it difficult to separate himself from how enriching this could be potentially for Bahamians as a source of employment, as a source of buying fresh food, organic farming, that this has an incredible opportunity for us.
Christie said his government is committed to growing the agriculture industry in the Bahamas and is firing on all cylinders. He said he's satisfied major investments are taking place across the archipelago.
I introduced one today in Grand Bahama and Deepwater Key, where there's going to be a major expansion of their plant there. I'm ready for Abaco, I'm ready for Eleuthera. Further announcements will be made. I'm driving, because it will create jobs. It's going to have a hell of an impact. And the idea is this: if we could bring all these people into these islands, then surely we could grow something that they could eat. That's the whole idea of it. And I think we're going to do it. We're going to do it magnificently. And this young man here, he's going to be in politics long enough to see this to full fruition.
The Prime Minister, who spoke to the press on the sidelines of the Agribusiness Expo, has stressed that ensuring food security in the Bahamas remains a top priority for his government. His administration's Bamzy project has been touted as an important initiative that will hopefully reduce the nation's dependence on food imports. Reporting for NB12, I'm Dana Smith.
Just 2 months after value-added tax was implemented at a rate of 7.5%, some Bahamians say it is inconceivable that government would even consider introducing another tax to fund national health insurance. NHI is expected to be introduced in 10 months and is estimated to cost as much as $633 million. However, some feel government should focus less on NHI and more on creating jobs.
Many out here are hurting. Some doing robbing, some doing because why? Their family are hurting out here, and what's next for them to do if they don't have a job? What's more left for them to do if they don't have a job?
With 8 mouths to feed, debt collectors on her back, and a government apartment in need of repair, 39-year-old Bernadette Daxon says the last thing she needs is another tax. However, the single mother of 8 fears that if Bahamians are taxed to fund national health insurance, life could become even harder for those struggling to adjust to value-added tax. As her young granddaughter cried in the background, Daxon asserted that if government really wants to help Bahamians, it would delay NHI implementation and focus on creating more jobs.
We shouldn't pay another taxes right now. It's then rough, extremely rough. It's too hard. It's too hard. People can't go through with this because the government truly is like, they're killing out the people, the poor people. They ain't poor. They ain't looking out for the poor people. They're looking out for themselves.
Daxon, who lives in the Windsor Road government complex, says while the idea of national health insurance is good in theory, what good is insurance when she can't afford to eat? She says she went to the Baintown constituency office to ask for a job letter to apply for work, but by the time she got it, the available positions had been filled.
Me like 3 to 4 weeks for me to get this letter. Coming down to the last week in February is when I received this letter, and when I started dropping off the letter, when I went to Ministry of Education to see Minister Fitzgerald to the office, I ended up speaking with his secretary, and the lady told me, I'm very sorry, there's ain't nothing that we can do because, and it turned me down. I felt really hurt. I cried because why? All I'm asking for is a job just to take care of my kids, one in school.
Over on Augusta Street, 53-year-old Earl Ferguson says he's known a lot of people who have died and couldn't afford insurance. He says he would only welcome NHI if government foots the bill.
Yes, of course, I'll welcome national health insurance because right now it's a good thing. But who paying it? Government have to pay it for us. Because we to the point right now that we need a lot of jobs. We need a lot of jobs if they want the people. If they want the people to do better, they got to create these jobs.
Government has said it will introduce NHI on January 1st, 2016. Costa Rican consultants have proposed payroll tax to fund NHI, which could cost between $362 million and $633 million. However, 33-year-old mother of 3, Juliet Hudson, says it is inconceivable that government would even consider introducing another tax.
And you don't get VAT in here now, so you're adding more tax under it. I think we can make it over here. If they keep adding more tax under it, that ain't making no sense.
For Charlotte MP, Dr. Andre Rollins is also speaking out on NHI, telling NB12 government needs to take a serious look at the quality of management within the public health system and, if necessary, replace those in charge. Rollins said the nation's healthcare system has issues that need to be addressed and that shouldn't be taken lightly.
I think we have to take serious stock of the quality of management that is currently taking place within the public health system, determine whether that management could get more out of the monies that are now being spent, and if not, we need to look at replacing those who are currently responsible for managing that particular sector of our economy.
Rollins spoke with NB12 outside the House of Assembly yesterday after he was asked his opinion on that damning Sanigest report. Rollins said tax dollars are not being spent as efficiently as they should, and we need to do better.
The Bahamian people have a right to know whether their tax dollars that are currently being spent on the public health infrastructure are actually being put to effective use. By all accounts, they're not being utilized as well as we need them to be. Hence, we have mortality rates and other metrics like how long it takes for ambulances to report to the scene of health accidents taking much longer than they should based on global standards.
Just 2 months before Bahamas' Junkanoo Carnival, there are still many unanswered questions. Topping the list, who will headline the major concert? Well, Culture Minister Danny Johnson says the name of that headliner is not important. Kyle Joaquin reports.
It's one of the highlights of Trinidad Carnival, the Soca Monarch Finals. It's a major concert event highlighting the best in soca music and also a preview of what's to come for the upcoming year of soca. It's also what the Bahamas Festival Commission appears to be trying to emulate with its Music Masters song competition and major concert to take place during Junkanoo Carnival. Several local artists like Sketch and Angelique Sabrina have all entered the competition and hope to make it to the big stage for the major concert. There is just one problem though. No word on who that headline act will be. And after numerous requests from artists like Isaiah Taylor of Bahaman and several promises from the Festival Commission that an announcement will be made soon, Culture Minister Danny Johnson said today who the headline act is not important.
No, the Bahamian people are the headliners. It's our thing. You know, we're investing in Bahamian art and culture, and it's going to yield a fantastic return. $1.5 million has been spent with 215 Bahamian companies. Yeah, no, we ain't spent nothing with no one else yet. If we get a guest appearance by someone who is involved or engaged, who wants to do something with some Bahamian artists, we get those collaborations, it'll be fantastic. If we don't, it'll be fantastic.
Johnson has been fairly silent on the Junkanoo Carnival matter for quite some time now, save for hitting back at singer KB for wishing failure on the event. Johnson said the goal for the concert is to highlight Bahamian artists on a stage they should be able to share with an international artist.
We got Lenny Kravitz, who's a Bahamian. We got T-Connection coming. You got Bahaman, you know, with the 30 kids who now get to relaunch their songs. My thing has always been, one, for them to get on the same stage, same night as a big artist, so they see what it feels like, get the glare of the lights, the roar of the crowd, as the Prime Minister says. The second thing, though, and the most important thing, is to demonstrate we're creating an industry here that Bahamian artists, entertainers, visual artists, musicians will be able to benefit from.
Chairman of the Festival Commission, Paul Major, has already said it's about getting visitors to come in and attend the concert and ultimately Carnival. But is 2 months enough time to attract the audience the Commission wants for this major concert? Take, for example, Atlantis Live that has several concerts and shows year-round. Currently on its website, advertisements for events months away like a Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett concert in June, Miss Teen USA in August, and even a Chelsea Handler stand-up comedy show set for May, all currently being advertised. The major concert for Junkanoo Carnival is set for May as well, but as for advertisements on the headliner or even the concert, none. The Culture Minister says he thinks there has just been one big misunderstanding.
We have to document several things before we can expose, you know, people's private information to public glare. And so that has been the thing. The plans are ongoing. All the engineering master plans are done. The teams are working. The carnival bands are doing their stuff. The 30 songs are getting ready to be relaunched. They've been re-engineered by the great Fred Ferguson. We have, you know, the excitement among young people is incredible.
Again, Junkanoo Carnival is set to take place May 7th through the 9th. The Festival Commission anticipates thousands to take part in not just the major concert event, but Junkanoo Carnival as a whole. Reporting for NB12, I'm Kyle Joaquin.